be only one podcast, and may it be the Princess of the Universe. Hi, folks. I'm Matt.
I'm Bruce.
Hey!
No.
Welcome back.
All this time.
I'm telling you,
Leaving you behind.
we got a lot to talk about. A whole lot to talk about. Let's get the little news out. I say little news out of the way. So Willow, the TV show, is filming on Disney Plus. My first question is why? Why Willow?
Well, because they want to wash the taste of Shadow Moon out of everybody's
Oh
mouth.
my goodness! I still don't.
An adaptation.
Chris Claremont even said that. Well, the reason I changed his name was Thorn, wasn't it?
Thorn something, yeah.
Or something is because I thought Willow was just a weak name. Whatever. It wasn't even supposed to be. You changed everything. You changed everything. It wasn't even a Willow sequel. It was just a random fantasy novel. And he said, "Hey, maybe I can convince people it takes place in the Willow universe." And he changed a few things. But to be honest, I bet he wrote that thing way before. And it was a way to get a cash grab. Yeah. And those are awful books, by the way. I couldn't even get when Books A Million was buying back books, or any of these other places that buy back books. I've tried to give them these books. They're hardback. They have no writing in them. They're not library copies or anything, and they never take them. No one wants them. They are completely worthless. Yeah. Now, to be honest, I paid 1 penny on Amazon used for a hardback. So, I mean, that should tell you something.
I bought mine when they were just discounted to $5, and it was,
I was excited when you got them. I remember when you got them because I was like,
Willow.
I was like, oh wow, I want to read these. And you're like, yeah, I haven't gotten around to them yet. And I was like, well, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and just do that. So I got them years later, all for a penny. And I was like, oh wow. And of course, I had to basically pay $5. It's $4.99 shipping or $3.99 shipping. So I had to pay $4 each. And then they came in and I read them. I was like, oh my gosh, these are awful novels. So why did they decide Willow was the series they wanted to do? And is Warwick Davis coming back?
Davis is.
Okay.
He's returned to his, famous roles.
I'm assuming Val Kilmer's out. He's got nothing going on.
I kind of hope so because he looks so bad.
He looks so bad. But Matt Morgan could be old now. He could be older, an old king. He could have some cameos.
Hopefully, maybe possibly a cameo.
Well, maybe a few cameos. And even the girl, Sonia, or whatever her name was, the redheaded girl, she's not doing anything right. She's not a famous actress.
I haven't kept up with the actors.
I'm just saying you could bring back some of the originals because there's really no one doing anything that was in
that.
They've
got the potential to do a fun fantasy TV series.
Okay.
Netflix is doing them with The Witcher. Amazon's doing Lord of the Rings. Disney's going to want to have.
Everyone's trying to find the next Game of Thrones.
And it's something with a name, and I just hope it's good.
Okay, so when is this? It's filming now. When is it coming out? Do we know yet?
If I had to guess, I would say
next year.
2021.
2021. Okay. Well, I mean, am I excited about it? No, but I'll watch it.
Oh yeah.
I'll watch it.
You're not excited, but you want it to be good.
Yeah, exactly, kind of like that. All right, the other one that just finished wrapping and should be out in the next early. I'm expecting it late spring, early summer. Tremor 7. It wrapped. Well, it wrapped actually late last year, I think.
I thought they started filming back in October.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it only went. I think it only went 2 months, 8 weeks or something. And they wrapped, so I'm sure they're working on it. Who is it? Napoleon Dynamite. John Heder is part of the cast.
Oh,
yes. So I'm really excited to see this. Of course, we felt that Tremors. What was the last one? Tremors 7? No, 6. This is Tremors 7. Tremors 6 was not so good.
Not so good.
I mean, it's not Tremors 4, but by all means,
Tremors 4 was.
But I want it on par with Tremors 5. Tremors 5 was good. I enjoyed
surprisingly good.
Yeah,
I really, was not. I was hoping for.
And maybe I could hope for a Tremors 3. Something as good as a Tremors 3. But I don't think anything will beat a Tremors 2. And their reluctance to bring back Heat Seekers is just ridiculous. It's weird. They'll bring back Ash Blasters so the day is old. They always love Ash Blasters. Yeah, I think so. But Heat Seekers are really good. They probably eat up a lot of special effects or whatever. I don't know. But for some reason, they're not bringing them back. And that's a shame because they were really cool. And if you bring all of them back again, I think you got another awesome movie. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. I am excited. I do want more Tremors. I'll never say no to more Tremors movies. That's for sure. So Tremors, yay, two thumbs up there. The third one that I'm excited about, that I didn't even know. I missed the news when it came out in October that Netflix got the rights to do an animated Bone series.
That is exciting.
That is super exciting. I love Bone. I just reread it last year again, and it is still good. I have all the Tall Tales, Rose, the little one-shot comic books that take place, little thing. In fact, he's doing a children's comic book in May with 2 new Bone stories. They're the Bones are young.
Okay.
So it's all them at a younger age. Doesn't matter. I'm buying it. It's for kids, but I'm buying it because I love it. I love Quest for the Spark. I reread that again. The the novel, 3 young adult tie-ins.
Yep.
Young adult tie-ins. It's just such a fun world, and it's great. It's great. And Bone is, for anyone who doesn't know, it looks stupid. It looks like a stupid little cartoon, but it is on par with Lord of the Rings. It's Lord of the Rings for comic books.
I remember when it was coming out, in the monthly issues, and just seeing it in the stores and having zero interest whatsoever.
Right.
Just
me too. The same thing. Because I thought, what, that looks stupid.
But there was a lot of hype. People seemed to really like it. So when they came out, when the series was done, and they did that 1 volume, I was like, it was a good price, all in one. Okay, I was like, okay, I will try it. And I read that whole massive thing in just a weekend, and I called Matt up and said, "You have got to read this. This is one of the best things I've ever read." And just push it on everybody. My 1 volume is torn to pieces just because it's probably the comic book I pushed on the most amount of people. I said, "Take this, go read this. This will change your life."
You did that to me.
Yeah.
You did that to me. I was like, "Wow!" And you were like, "No, you got to read this, dude. It's really good." I was like, "All right." And I wasn't excited either because I didn't know anything about it. But then I read it. It's like, oh my gosh, it was so good. So good. That's a comic book I'm trying to get Megan to read because I really think she would get into it. And I really think she would love it.
Rachel read it. She loved it.
Yeah. I mean, she doesn't read many comic books, but I think Bone is something that she would absolutely love if she read.
Yeah, the thing is, it's got the adorable characters. It's got a good story.
It's got some well-balanced humor.
The stuff that kind of kept me away from being interested to begin with, pulls girls in, and then you got this great story that's awesome, and it keeps everybody.
Well, it's got a great world. The world in which it builds upon is so unique.
Yeah.
And I really like that, and Jeff Smith's done great things. And, I mean, I'm glad he did Quest for the Spark. He doesn't need... Did he have to do it? No. He wanted to go back to the world, but it's obvious he doesn't want to do too much with Bone anymore.
You finished your story, so don't ruin it by doing too much.
And I understand that. I agree with that. The story is over. But I still want more. I still want more in that world. And it's wild. It's wild. And, I mean, unless he comes up with some great ideas, I know he won't do it. And this one's just a little throwaway. But I don't even know anything about when they're coming out. Like, here's the thing. Netflix got Narnia Chronicles, which I'm super excited about. We talked about that. And they got Bone. That's great. I mean, this is actually, if you think about it, Amazon got Wheel of Time and Lord of the Rings. Everything's really exciting right now. Yep. If I was, the only thing
Disney's got Willow.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm waiting for one other person to say, "Hey, we got the TV rights to do Harry Potter, and we're going to do TV rights." And I would love to see a TV Harry Potter show based off the 7 books.
Just do a longer adaptation.
Just to do a longer adaptation. Then the world would almost be perfect. I think. I mean, honestly, you look at my shelf there. I mean, everything's coming out. I mean, Dune's getting a movie. I mean.
Yeah, starting to see some pictures of that starting to surface online.
Yeah, it looks like things are. Well, I haven't really kept up with any of that, but I will watch it because I'm excited about it.
I like the guy who's directing.
But it's an exciting time though for everything. I just don't know when all this stuff's coming out. Like Bone, I would love to see Bone the animated series, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm guessing it's not going to come out until
Witcher out, and Witcher's been really good. I really.
How long have they had that one in the works?
I remember just hearing them talk about it for 2 years before actually.
Seriously?
That was kind of one of the joke memes online was it took so long to come out because Henry Cavill was running off doing all the side quests. Referencing all the movies production.
Okay.
It was a good series. I'll recommend The Witcher.
Okay.
It was nice.
Well, everyone recommends.
I hope they have a little bit more money to spend the next time because some of the special effects were a little bit lacking. But it's done so popular. I mean, it's like the number 2 streaming service.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. What's number 1?
The Mandalorian.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. Did not know that.
And that's actually one of the problems Disney Plus had. Is a lot of people dropped services after they finished Mandalorian.
Whoops.
The good thing they did it weekly instead of let everybody.
And poor YouTube Red only has Cobra Kai. They can't get anyone interested in anything else.
And it's still the best.
And Cobra Kai is the best. Do or die Cobra Kai. All right. So, any other nerd news we missed before we get to our main topic here? I didn't have much else.
No.
Okay. So the last time I did my podcast, Bruce was not here. I did my run through Bob Iger's autobiography, which I'm glad we did separately because I had no idea that me talking about Bob Iger's autobiography is going to be 45 minutes. I thought it would take like 20 tops. But I had actually more to say on it. So I'm glad we kind of separated the topics here because, Bruce, everyone's been wanting to know what you thought. And we'll talk first about, do you want to do Mandalorian or Rise of Skywalker first? They want to know Rise of Skywalker, but which one do you want to talk about first? Which one do you have more fun
talking about? The last time I mentioned Mandalorian was on about halfway through the season.
And you didn't talk much about it at all.
Yeah, just a little bit. And the thing is, I would say Mandalorian's fantastic.
All right, well, go ahead and talk about Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Are you a Baby Yoda fan?
I am. I like Baby Yoda.
Do you like a picture of George Lucas holding Baby Yoda?
Oh, it's so sweet. I mean, the thing is, I'm not getting.
Do your kids love Baby Yoda?
I mean, my wife does. She doesn't watch the show though.
Okay, but no one watches it with you, I'm guessing.
No, Brody does.
Oh, Brody does. Does Brody like Mandalorian?
And Brody likes it a lot.
Okay, good.
I mean, it's just a fun show.
This is better than Rebels. Hold on, let me try that again. Go ahead. Is it better than? I can't do that.
Filoni worked on Mandalorian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm glad.
I would say that they have some throwaway lines here and there to kind of match up. But the thing is, it does mess up a lot of what they did on Rebels and Clone Wars with the Mandalorians.
Really?
Because one of the whole big things of the series is they never take their helmet off.
Right.
And they went around
helmet
all the time on those cartoons.
Yeah. Yeah, they do. In fact, half the time they're with their helmets off.
Yeah. And really, they were much more like the way I imagined they, like Boba Fett would be. It was closer to what my imagination was as a kid of Mandalorians before, everybody got mad with them.
Before Clone Wars came out, Filoni said, "Oh, here they're very peace-loving people."
Yeah, it was much better. I like the way that they gave Mandalorian Boba Fett's gun from the holiday special.
Oh, really?
Yes. And they even mentioned have a reference to Life Day.
Well, what's his name is a fan of the holiday special. I can't think of his name.
Made Iron Man.
Yeah, him. Jon
Favreau.
Yeah, thank you. Bravo, you said it. But Jon Favreau is a holiday special fanatic.
Yeah, he threw in his little
little
references very good. And the gun was the way they used it. You get the whole idea of why Darth Vader would say no disintegrations because he's disintegrating people left and right when he needs to.
Right.
It was a really good Western feel. The music, they did not go Star Wars music at all, which I thought was a good.
Okay.
It really did it was a really Western theme, and it was what I wanted more out of the side movies. Doing a different flavor, different take in different parts of the world, and it's highly recommend.
And it's funny how you said that it's in direct conflict with what the Clone Wars and Rebels has established. And because Matt Martin from the story group has even admitted, we're focused on telling good stories. We're not focused on continuity.
Yeah. And
so now it's like, what's the point of the story group then?
They even brought in the Darksaber in the last episode. Remember the Darksaber, the leader of the Mandalorians would have? They had it in the Clone Wars and the Rebels cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
They brought one of those in. So they are bringing...
Was that Filoni's episode?
Probably.
Yeah, Filoni's like, I want some of my stuff in here. Can we put Ahsoka in here, please?
Well, there's people calling for that, too. But,
jeez.
I don't want it to be that connected. I like the loose connections they've made to past history.
Yeah.
But at the same time, fixing it, making the lore better. And they throw out little lines like Mandalorians is not a race; it's a creed, and there's different clans, and so it's like okay.
Well, that's more in line.
That's more in line
with Karen Travis's Mandalorian thing.
Well, that's what people like,
and not Dave Filoni's.
Yes.
Oh.
And so they're saying that these are different than those Mandalorians. So there are connections. They're making it better, trying to correct for some of the problems.
Is Mandalore the Trump of Star Wars? Is it making Star Wars great again for you? Would you say?
Don't be triggering the audience.
I'm just telling you. I mean, if you like Mandalorian, you must support Trump. That's just what I've heard. So, okay, so the Mandalorian you like.
I do like it a lot.
Why don't you marry it?
Okay. We have our own little baby Yoda.
Oh man. Okay, so any news on Baby Yoda? What's he all about?
Baby Yoda. I'm gonna say this: they got this character they created that could have been the hottest selling thing at Christmas time, but because they wanted to keep it secret and under wraps, they did not do any toys.
They ain't cash in on Baby Yoda.
But they will by the summer. They've got all the plans.
So the thing is, this takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, like the Empire is still kind of loosely around, but they're kind of ragtag.
And so, since Yoda was maybe one of the last of the species, it's most likely his son.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, we don't know what he and Yaddle were up to.
Yaddle may not have died in the new canon.
We don't know.
Yaddle could have been on Dagobah too. It was like, gone they are.
Well, the thing is, they said that the baby
Get
Yoda.
jiggy with it, I will.
They said the baby Yoda was 50 years old.
Holy cow! Oh, that's prequel Yoda.
Yes,
he's still spry.
Who knows?
So he and Yaddle went at it. So, and then they had Baby Yoda.
It definitely ends with the tease, and I think I'm pretty sure they said that they're going to be going into, that race in future seasons. At least the series ends with him leaving to go try to find his people, Baby Yoda's people.
Did they reveal the race?
No, one of the
they still haven't revealed the race.
None of the characters on the show know what it is.
Oh, okay.
Like they found one older Mandalorian character that's like, he's part of a race that was with the group of magic users that fought us during the Mandalorian Wars. And that's kind of it. It was like they knew Yoda, didn't know who he was, but they know that.
So the species is still unknown. Yeah.
And so the Mandalorian, he's going off with the baby, thinking, "Hey, I'm gonna find these people, and they just hate Mandalorians. They're gonna kill me because I don't know anything about them, because they don't really know any details."
Okay.
And so I think it's a neat idea because the characters don't know what it is.
Okay, so the characters don't know, and they don't know. They're just sitting around, trying to figure out what he is.
Yeah.
Okay.
And he's going to try to take him back home.
So does season 2 have Boba Fett in it?
There's rumors. I mean, Rosario Dawson's trying to come on as Ahsoka. And,
oh boy!
Which I hope they don't do, but it's Filoni is attached. So.
Oh, I want your Ahsoka. I'm Dave Filoni.
And I like how there was limited connections to what we already knew, just enough to tie it to the universe, but it wasn't part of the main story. I don't want them to tie it too closely to. I want it to be its own separate thing.
Surely this is too good. Please don't ruin it with Star Wars.
Yeah. Basically.
That's funny. Okay, so moving on then to they're not doing any other TV shows, are they? Did Obi-Wan get canceled?
That's the last I've read.
Okay.
I'm sure.
Why did Obi-Wan get canceled?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's too new.
Okay. So, anyway, because that was all the news. Hey, we're doing Obi-Wan. Hey, we're not.
It's not because the first show's not popular. There's got to be something weird going on.
Okay. All right. So, everyone wants to know what you thought about Rise of Skywalker.
It's okay.
All right, folks. We'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe. Oh, okay. We're good. Anything else? That'd be great if we just ended it right there.
I would say, the thing is, I rewatched all 3 of the new movies before going to see Rise of Skywalker.
Okay.
My opinion on The Last Jedi actually improved. I like it better.
Oh!
Once I accept all of its flaws, it's actually a good science fiction movie.
Okay.
It's just a terrible Star Wars movie.
Okay.
And I think I like all the movies, the new movies, individually. It's a terrible trilogy.
Okay. It's clunky.
It is. And see, because, one of the problems is I knew...
Can you tell that they didn't have an idea from one episode to the next?
You're interrupting.
Okay, go ahead.
The problem is, they started off with The Force Awakens, setting up ideas.
Right. And plot point, which is what JJ's good at.
Yes. And then they go to Last Jedi, and they throw all those ideas out.
Yeah.
And so that was a bad idea.
They just take them and dump them in the trash.
Yeah, that was a bad idea. But I was like, okay, let's see what they do next. and then they come back and it's like, oh, we're going to throw out the middle and go back to those original ideas. So there's no real flow.
So we picked them out of the trash. They're a little more junky. And plus, my name's J.J. Abrams. I don't know how to end a story.
You could almost just watch the first and third movie and skip Last Jedi. Because he goes back to all those original plot points.
Okay.
Tries to correct everything. You know, you've got to make a few adjustments for characters that died, or even like bringing in the Rose character doesn't even matter for this new movie. The only thing you would really be confused about possibly is Snoke. You know, but then again, that's why they brought in Palpatine, was because they killed Snoke. Because all of a sudden it's like, okay, now we need a bad guy, and well, we've brought him back before. Let's just do it again.
Yeah, and all those EU haters hated that Palpatine was still alive.
And it was kind of clunky. It was just thrown at you. Opening scroll. Here it is.
Palpy's back, babe. Sheev is his name.
I was expecting.
Did they call him Sheev?
No.
Oh.
I was expecting at least a build-up to his return, but it was just in the opening scroll, thrown in your face. Here it is. This movie felt like it should have been 2 movies. It's like he tried to do, he did the first one.
It's like he said, here's my episode 8 and 9.
And there's a lot of rumors that, there's a longer cut of his version of the movie, which probably would have been a whole lot better.
Destroy the JJ.
One of the problems is there's just a lot of snippets, but no detail to let you know what's going on. I think potentially could be a really good novelization. I'm looking forward to getting the novelization when it comes out.
The novelization still isn't out?
No, actually, with these new movies, they've been holding off to like March to release them, so you can't get them. Because with the prequels, they put them out like a month in advance. People could read them.
Well, yeah, but you put it out when the movie comes out.
No, lately, they've been waiting till months after.
Because they didn't know what the story was going to be until then. That's what that tells me.
Yeah, definitely the biggest.
That's embarrassing.
The biggest failure of Disney is they did not plan these things out.
No,
there was a good idea going on, and really, if you take the basic idea of what all the movies have done, it's good. The execution is so flawed. It's terrible. But individually, I can enjoy the movies. As an overall narrative, it's awful. But I like rewatching Force Awakens. Good. Rewatching Last Jedi. Good. I've only seen Rise of Skywalker once. I hear people have seen it a second and third time. They say it gets better because once you just accept the problems,
insanity settles in. It gets better
because you go in with expectations, and as it hurts your expectations, you judge it harshly. But once you know what to expect, you can actually look at the broader story. So it had some flaws, like just the puzzle craft. When they're doing the puzzle side quests. I don't like that. When they find the dagger and they have to read the dagger, and the dagger tells you have to go to Endor and hold it standing on this mountain.
So it's Raiders of the Lost Ark is what he did. He rips off Raiders of the Lost Ark. You got to find the amulet, to find the area, to find the thing, to find the trope, to get the ark.
To do something that you didn't even have to do.
Yeah.
The whole idea was that the Emperor wanted Rey to come to him, and so they go through this whole long thing so that she doesn't want to go to him anymore, and just like, why didn't you just tell her where you were?
It's just because it's more fun this way. You get to find the clues, like the Scooby-Doo games.
The biggest problem is they teased death. You thought Chewbacca did it. Oh wait, no, he was in the wrong ship. You thought they wiped Obi-Wan's memory. I mean, C-3PO's memory.
Yeah.
Which I was like, hey, that was a nice scene. I like it. Oh. R2 has a backup. We're just going to load him back up. He's the same as he was at the beginning of the movie. It's like you're teasing death and you're taking away. Why not kill Chewbacca? That would have been awesome. Rey accidentally killing Chewbacca would have been a character-defining moment. But we're just going to do it and then take it away.
It cheapens the entire moment.
You give C-3PO a scene where he's the most heroic he's ever been, and then you take it away.
Because it means nothing, because R2 had a backup the whole time.
And the backup is before he had sacrificed, so he didn't really do that anymore. You've erased that he did it.
That's true.
At
I didn't
least
think
from
about
his continuity.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, that was, hard pill to swallow. I wish they wouldn't have done it.
Okay. All right.
As a movie, it's fun. I would probably, the thing is, I would probably enjoy watching any of the new movies again more than watching episode 2.
Okay, episode 2 is still the worst. In your opinion,
rewatching episode 2 probably 2 years ago with my kids.
I hate sand. It's everywhere.
It is terrible. That's a terrible, awful movie. And none of the new movies are terrible, awful movies. This is judging them based off the same movie.
All right, hold on. We're gonna do this then. Oh, I didn't think about this. I'm gonna tell you better or worse. Where does episode 1 rank against the sequels?
I would say I would go episode 1 is better than the new movies.
The new movie, okay. And I'm sure you say episode 3 is better than the new movies. Everyone loves episode 3.
The thing is,
it does have its flaws. So you like episode 1 better than all the other prequels?
I do think I like episode 1 the best.
Okay.
The thing is, the prequels are better Star Wars movies than any of the new movies.
Okay.
But they are not better movies.
Gotcha. That's a question for me. I don't know. I mean, episode 3 I was just disappointed with when I saw it in theaters. I mean, it was okay. There's some good stuff in it.
You wanted more Darth Vader.
Well, no, I didn't want that. I didn't want that. But I did enjoy a lot of it. I don't know. I think episode 3 may be my favorite of the 3. Though I see what you're saying about episode 1. Episode 1 has a lot of good moments in it.
Episode 3 has a mixture of...
Episode 3 still may be my favorite of the prequels, but I'm not married to that idea. Like, if someone said, well, Matt, let me try to convince you about episode 1. You could get me over to episode 1. I can see that. I agree, though, episode 2 is the weakest of the 3.
It's just a bad movie, period, in the story.
But you say worse than
they are all better Star Wars movies than any of the sequels. And that's going to be the long-term flaw with the new movies, the sequel movies, is because they don't feel like Star Wars.
So who's taking over Kathleen Kennedy's spot?
Hopefully Favreau or Taika Waititi or anybody.
You want those people? Favreau. You want Favreau?
I would say Taika Waititi did the last episode of The Mandalorian, and that opening sequence with those two scout troopers is one of the best bits of Star Wars ever put on film, period, including the original trilogy. Okay. It was hilarious. Okay. Fantastic. You need to watch at least just that. If you're going to have any new canon, that needs to be what you watch.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Maybe.
Well, you had two scout troopers beating up on Baby Yoda. Okay. It was hilarious.
Good. Watch them. All right. So you're excited about Mandalorian season 2, which I'm guessing is later on this year.
Yeah, probably. I would assume it'd be November again.
Okay. And then that's it for Star Wars, right? There's no movies coming out right now. There's the rumor that they're going to go back in time 200 years or something.
I mean, they definitely had a lot of hints towards the Knights of the Republic and Raven and all that. Those people. Apparently,
I hope they do that because they think Expanded Universe fans are awful. Wait till you start screwing around with the Old Republic fans. Wait till you start screwing around with they're EU fans too, but Old Republic fans are in their own little world. They don't realize they're part of the Expanded Universe, and they know they're not a part of the new canon, though they want to be. They're so excited that movies may touch on their world, and they're going to be so pissed off when they absolutely ruin the Old Republic for them. It's going to be great.
Unless Disney learn their lesson and give the fans what they want, which is a straightforward adaptation of the material.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they won't make a single mistake. I'm sure Old Republic fans will absolutely love everything that they bring out. How could they screw this up? Right? How could you screw it up? There's no chance. No chance of them screwing it up. So anyway, though, that's just talk right now, right? There's no plans.
I mean, it sounds like there's going to be at least 3 years off of movies.
Okay.
And as far as TV, Mandalorian's going strong. But who knows about anything else?
Yeah. Well, according to Bob Iger, we're taking a break. Or no, it wasn't Bob Iger. It was I can't remember who, but they're taking a break from Star Wars for now. Because they understood that episode 9 didn't make as much. I mean, we said this on the podcast back when episode 7 came out. I said episode 7 is going to make billions of dollars. Episode 8 will make a little bit less. Episode 9 will make a little bit less. I mean, it's obvious. I've been called Nostradamus for my foresight and everything, and calling that episode 9 would make the least amount of money of the trilogy. But it's kind of obvious when you look at it. You knew episode 7 people were starved for it. People wanted to see Star Wars. They cooled off in episode 8 and even less in episode 9. You knew it was going to happen. So this whole thing, like, wow, episode 9 made less money than 8. Yeah. I told you this 6 years ago. It wasn't really. It wasn't me being smart. I mean, you just look at how
the big fear,
movies are.
The thing that really shocked Disney was when Solo lost money. It was like, okay, we made a Star Wars.
That was a wake up call.
That lost money, and that was not thought to be possible.
Yeah, and we didn't think we could fail so epically.
But, and so they've been on a scramble ever since.
Yeah,
I think we're lucky that they were probably too far along making The Mandalorian. They probably would have stopped it.
Well, they belittled the fans for Last Jedi and said, "Oh, whatever, they're not serious." Oh, we did piss people off.
Yeah.
So and they've been. You're right. They've been backpedaling ever since. So
the good thing is, The Mandalorian is a huge success with something that is actually good, and so maybe they will learn. They'll learn and refocus and actually give the fans what the fans are actually saying they want.
Which is Trump in Star Wars. They want President Trump to get a cameo in Star Wars. Disney, until you learn that.
This is not Princess of the Third Reich.
This is. I'm telling you, that's what they want. That's what you just said. You said, I want more Trump and my Star Wars. So, I mean, that's fine. But anyway, all right. So there you go, folks. Those are Bruce's thoughts on Rise of Skywalker. And you know what? We'll see you next time on Princes of the Universe.